Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Monday morning, June the 19th. It's amazing how fast time is flying, but we're sure enjoying it and hope you are too. Let's take a look at our weather this Monday morning, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High 84, low 74. Water temperature at the end of the pier, how about a warm 84 degrees. Let's take a look at our Monday moon phase. We just had a new moon last night, really, so we're starting to wax a little bit. It's a dark night. It's a great week to go floundering if this wind will ever lay down. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Looking here on the 19th, good tides, really strong tides. How about high this morning at 10:32 and low tonight at 10:02. So if you are into the floundering mood, summertime is a great time to do it. June is a great start, but like I say, now we have a low tide, so you're going to have to get in some little areas. A low tide at 10:30, and I said, I like to flounder between say 9 and midnight. So that's I'd rather have an incoming tide if we're flounder gigging. So be interesting to see. I've seen a couple of good pictures last week. I won't call out any names or any locations. Flounder guys are secretive, and I can appreciate that. There's only so many good places, and they don't change. Those places I was thinking about the flounder, they don't change around like the holes out in the Gulf or even in the river sometimes where they're moving water and everything. But the flounder holes pretty well stay the same in our bay system. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I'm sure most of y'all have heard, but we got some bad news as far as our deer population here in Florida. Finally, we knew it was inevitable before we would have this bad news come across, and we got it in the last week about the chronic wasting disease has been detected in our Florida deer population. Now, ironically, it's right here in the Florida Panhandle, up here in the northern part of Holmes County. And I'm going to show you, I'm just going to talk about it officially from the FWC. Okay, right here. Here's the first one. They gave this to us. The FWC has confirmed that a roadkill 4.5-year-old female white-tailed deer in Holmes County sampled during routine surveillance activities has tested positive for CWD. Now, they sent out an official notice too, and I won't read all this to you, but this is, they have a response. Of course, they've been expecting, we all have, and they have definitely a team that's been put together and a plan that's been put together as to what to do and what they will be doing. And we're going to have Travis to be coming on this week, and we'll have him, if they can release him to talk about it. We'll certainly go know more about it then. But we do. It's not good news, folks. Here's a chart. I just pull this up to sort of share with you. And what is it? It's a fatal disease. It's called proteins called prions, and I won't go into all the scientific, but it's just damage into the brain and nervous system, and they just start becoming crippled basically, and it's a terrible way to die. And here's the thing about it right here: signs of infection don't appear for up to 1.5 to 3 years after exposure. So this deer was probably exposed, a while back. But you see that picture on the bottom left there? That's extreme weight loss, and death has certainly occurred within months of showing symptoms. So anyway, that's the situation there. It's not good, not pleasant, and it's heartbreaking to me to see this kind of stuff happen. But it's a natural phenomenon. So we'll get what our FWC response team will be doing about it. So okay, let's move on to the more pleasant subject. Here we go. Here, Dennis Massey. I mentioned him last week. He got the bronze medal, but when they recounted the score, they gave him the gold medal. Okay, so in the Sunshine Games, he won a gold medal. Okay, good job, Dennis. All right, here we go. Lisa Donna Chapman, good friends of mine. Donna's retired from Florida Highway Patrol, and And here, this is a sequence, okay? Last night and tonight. So here they catch a good mess of fish right here. And what do? You cook them up, take them out of the fryer, and you put them on the plate. That's the sequence right there. catching, cleaning, cooking, and eating the Florida brim. All right, okay, here, we've been showing these bear pictures. I just pulled this one up. This is my favorite picture from last week. I don't know if you kept up with the one over in Destin. He was actually swimming in Destin. Okay, so this is a deer over there, and of course they had a lot of pictures of him, but this is just a great picture. I got to thinking. I looked at it, and I started chuckling. Now, what if we could Photoshop to the right side of this picture, put a shark, coming in with his mouth open, and then make this a postcard. And for our tourists, welcome to the Florida Panhandle. And maybe we won't be quite as crowded. What do y'all think? Anyway, let's move on. Andy Goodman, one of our viewers, just caught this behind the house. Look at that trout. Check it out. Andy Goodman. Okay, here it is, 24 inches. Nice trout. It's a pretty piece of water right there. And it did measure 24 inches, so good catch right there, Andy. Okay, when you're in the mood for seafood, but you're on a budget, this is what you do. That's calamari on a budget. I want to talk about we got some fishing tournaments coming up. And this this weekend down in Panhandle. I don't know which is in the Big Bend area, but it's a redfish tournament. I mean, you look it up, Rockin' Reds Fishing Tournament. This one, they just had it, and I want a red belly tournament. Okay, I heard about this Friday. It's over in Branford, red belly brim. Okay, and this is a panfish tournament. We've been talking about panfish a good bit. Now, what's cool is there is the categories. And let me tell you, I heard about this. Mark Brown, Mark works for UPS, and I ran into him the other day, and known him a long time. His son Dylan played quarterback in baseball for us, went on to FSU. But anyway, we're good friends, and he loves to fish and all. He was telling me about he's going to fish in a red belly tournament. I said, what? And this was right before he's getting ready to go. And it's down off in the Columbia County area, Lake City area. And what they do, you just bring in 15 red breast brim, and you weigh them in. That's how you do it. Very simple tournament. And I thought, what a great idea for a tournament. And it's a festival, and that money, again, here doing good things. That money goes to breast cancer research, and it's the second year to doing it. So I started looking up if anyone else had done it, and I found this one. I don't know if they still do it over here. This is over in Dixie County, down south of us. This was 20 years ago. They had a red belly day. They had a whole day of it, and it was on the Swanee River. Okay, and what they did, I thought this was cool. They had up top line, a belly flop, a melon chunking. Anyway, we're going. It's a break time, but I want to come back and talk about what they did at this tournament. It's cool stuff, and it's stuff maybe some of us could get going around here. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Jose Ponce posted this. Now, 95% of the stuff we show is in the Florida Panhandle, but that other 5%, I pick up a lot from viewers and what they post. So Jose is good about posting some really neat natural things. And we're talking about deer, and I had to take a double take, and it's like a little 20 seconds, so I try to run it twice for y'all. So this is a deer, okay? Folks, he's eating a snake. I had to double check it. See that snake in his mouth? He's eating that snake. Now, I'm not sure where this is. It looks like it's in the south, like green grass and all, but I've never seen this. I thought they just ate corn. Okay, let's go back. Let's watch it again. One more time. And I guess he swallowed, because look at the snake. He's getting shorter and shorter. And he's been gnawing on it, but Jose put this in there, and people are talking and said, "Is that a snake?" that deer's eating, and look at there. Okay. Anyway, it's amazing, with what we can see in nature with the things that people are posting now. So I want to finish up real quick on that red belly tournament because it is a little interesting things to look at and do. So anyway, I was on this section right here. They had this red belly tournament. They used to do it down in Dixie County, and some of the things they did. If you want to put, look at all the things you can do. Have a little casting contest, a little sack race for the kids. I mean, look at all this stuff. Horseshoe tournament. Now it would be a cornhole tournament, and pony ride, raffle, coloring contest. Anyway, that was a neat festival they were having. But here's my favorite part. Okay, what you should bring, and a lawn chair, blanket, sunscreen, bathing suits, and a good appetite. What not to bring? I love this. Can't bring alcohol, which you don't need to bring that outdoor stuff, but it's prohibited in state parks. And the second thing, don't bring an ice chest because there's plenty of things there to drink and buy. And of course, firearms and weapons. But look at the last one. Don't bring a bad attitude. Is that not a great thing to post on some kind of outdoor activity? Don't bring a bad attitude. Bring all kind of stuff, but don't bring these things. Don't bring alcohol and other bad stuff, and don't bring a bad attitude. I like what they were doing out there. So anyway, that was some of the things they were taking care of. So now let's move on. Summer is almost here. In fact, the official start of summer will be, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, maybe of this week. So it's going to be interesting to see. The stormy weather just always, it seems to, usually the spring storms coming in March and April, and then it just clears up really nice, and May is really nice. But June, the beginning of summer last year, was just like this time of year. I remember because some of the things we were doing, it was stormy. So, but there are natural signs of summer, and I made a list. I like to make a list of 10. So let's go over them and see if you recognize any of them. Okay. Number one, and I notice this all over. No, you do. The wildflowers. You can't keep them down. The people mow them, and they come mow the ditches and everything like they should, but then they're going to still pop up. And along the roadway where they say don't mow, up on some of these roads going through the national forest, beautiful wildflowers. They came in several weeks back, but that's a good thing. And also now the shades of the green, driving through the woods, you got a light green, a medium green, real dark green, and this is shades of green that you see here in the Florida Panhandle. It's just beautiful, and you can see it in all kind of different size trees and different where the sun's hitting them and all. That might be minor to you, but every year it's breathtaking to me. It really is. And number three, you can start smelling the cookouts in the neighborhood, including your own. So the cookouts in the summertime, and we'll be leading up July 4th pretty soon, but we love cooking out, and it's just so enjoyable, and the cookout. So that was number three. Number four, the Saturday mornings at the bait and tackle shops, like at the Wee-Wah Wiggler bait and tackle. It's just, things are hopping, including not just the people, but the crickets and everything. So it's a very active around the tackle stores on Saturday morning here in the Panhandle. Number five, barefoot. People, it's not that big of a deal now, but going barefoot used to be a big deal for my generation, and it was something I think I've told this story 4 or 5 years ago, but I'm going to repeat it. It was a big deal to my brother and I when our mom would let us go barefoot in the neighborhood, because in her generation, you would get cold and then pneumonia, and people really would get sick from doing that, from being exposed to the cold. So she would not let us go until the ground was warmed up, she told us. But I can still remember some specific time. I can remember in the 3rd grade when she was going up to the store and coming back home, and she gave us permission that afternoon to go barefoot. My brother and I jumped out of the car and just threw our shoes on the grass and ran around. So just little simple things we had back then. We didn't have all this, but just being able to go barefooted, and that was fun. Number 6, just how fast the trees are growing. If you have some trees in your yard, or you go places where the trees are, you can just see that growth. Think about it, what it was last year, but in the summertime, you can really see them start growing. Number 7, the snakes and bears. I don't need to say anything else about those two. The snakes and the bears are out. Number 8, you see the wide brim hats are popping up all over, which is good. A lot of wide brim ladies are, they've always been good about doing that, but a lot more guys are doing a wide brim now. Number 9, the long days. And the longest day will be in two days from now, but more daylight, and definitely this time of year. And number 10, the crabs. The crab, you can see folks that are on these coastal towns, the old timers, they're out crabbing this time of year. Summertime is great for crabbing. So those are the signs of the summer, okay? So I wanted to show you one more thing. We're going to take a break while I set it up, so we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at a good time here. We're looking at 12:40 this morning to 2:40, but right after lunch at 1:06 to 3:06. So we were talking the other day about the DuPont Bridge going to be rebuilt, and it's going to be a 3-year process. And right after the show, I got a text from Bill Dozier. I want to share it with you right here because this is good right here. Say good morning. Right here. Good morning, Winston. Excuse me. I just saw your show and heard you talking about DuPont Bridge being replaced. Just want to let you know that I have spoken to DOT about Bay County receiving the old DuPont Bridge so we can make it a fishing reef. It's still about 3 years out before they take it down, but we are staying in contact with the state. Bay County needs all the good artificial reefs they can get. So thank you, Bill Dozier, our county commissioner there. I'm speaking on behalf of the outdoorsmen, and we've talked about it before in our elected positions. Many times we can get outdoor people in there that love and appreciate and take care of the outdoors. The stronger we'll be as an outdoor community. So just little things like that means a lot to us. So thank you, Bill Dozier, for contacting them and also letting us share it with our viewers. Now, we're talking about sharing things. We're talking on Friday about the MBARA. This is the program they put out. It's really, like I said, real well put together. And I showed you the pictures off the reef that Bob and Carol Cox had taken and showed it to you. But also, there are all kind of all kind of stories. How to name a reef, okay? How to name a reef. Then a story here on from Bay Sabers. That's a very interesting story. I may go over some of it later on this week about saving the Bay Sabers. All kinds of good stuff in here. So congratulations to the MBARA folks for putting this stuff together and a quality program. And thank you, Mitch Coleman and that staff. I know a lot of people work hard on this. So that's coming up later on. We'll talk more about it. It's going to be July 29th, the last Saturday of July. Okay, so we got that. One thing too, I have all kinds of stuff. I told Jeff during the break, I'm going to run out of time, all the stuff I want to do. One of the things I would like to do is, as we're getting ready for our July 4th cookouts, some of y'all, let's send some pictures, share some pictures of all the stuff y'all have been cooking out and all the things you'll be doing. And, we do a shrimp boil and a lot of y'all do barbecues and all kind of cookouts and all, but it's just a tradition here in the Panhandle that we cook out a lot at this time of year. It's just a lot of fun, and cooking has become really popular. Look at all these TV shows with cooking on them. It was amazing to me. So what else is amazing is the amount of tackle that we have gotten to give away from Weeball Wiggler, Richard Lawrence and his family, and we gave some away for Mother's Day and some away for Father's Day. So now I still got a couple of bagfuls left, so I think we'll do what we call our summer sweepstakes, okay? And we've done sweepstakes before, fall sweepstakes and all kinds of things, just for a lack of a better name. So here's what I'm going to do. You can see we got a bag full of stuff. So what I'm going to do when we start doing it, and we're going to start doing it pretty soon, and I'm going to sort of do it at random. Can y'all see all these bags of stuff we have? So what I'm going to do is try to look at all this stuff. And, okay, all this stuff over here. Wait, there's another bag back here. Can y'all see all the stuff in here? So when you go by Weeball Wiggler, y'all give them some business and tell them thank you on behalf of the Panhandle Outdoor community for giving this away. So what we're going to do, I'm trying to decide a good way to make it a fun thing. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is just keep them in the bags and just go along and get a handful here and get a handful out of each bag and put it in a separate container bag over here or something. and it'll be, two or three, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 handfuls of tackle. And so I put that, and then I draw a name out of the pickle jar. Okay, how does that sound? That sound like that'll work? So, I think it will. So anyway, it's amazing. All this is tackle, not just lures and all, but tackle that hooks and everything, but a lot of spinner blades. And we're talking about these spinners, okay, for trout and all. Can you see these? Okay, what I'm going to do is separate these bags. I just had 1, 2, 3, 8 packages in them. So I'm gonna probably go put them in categories. So when I do pass them out and give them away, what I was gonna mention about fishing with little spinners. I mean, that spinning blade is deadly on fish. It really is. And I know a lot of good fishermen love to fish with those spinning blades, and it's according to the volume of water coming in and speed of the water, but especially in still water where you got to come in through underwater like that, those spinning blades are good. Another tackle tip, I was thinking over the weekend or the last couple of days about giving y'all more tackle tips. Bridge fishing. Someone's asking me about where. They text me and said, Coach, my son and grandson are in town, and I'd love to take them fishing somewhere. We don't have a boat. Well, they lived up here in the northern part of the county, really in the Lynn Haven area. I said the best place to go to Lynn Haven Bridge and just fish off the bridge. It's comfortable, it's safe, and best thing, just get some dead shrimp and fish along those pilings. That's one of the elementary, if people just want to learn how to fish, that's a good way to do it. I said it's been windy, so put your back to the wind. Get on one side of the bridge, whichever's not blowing, put your back to the wind, and you'll be comfortable there, and you can take chairs to sit in it, and then you can catch a little bit of everything, but and heavy weight. So little things like that. When you're telling people where to go and everything, just little simple things. It's sort of hard to get people in boats and get them situated the first time fishing. So you want them to be successful. Okay. I start wrapping things up. I've got several things on here I just didn't have time to get started and talk about, but we'll pick those up tomorrow. Got some guests coming this week. Got a big week planned. So we appreciate your viewership and the loyalty you show to our sponsors. It means a lot to us. So if you do something good today for someone else, you have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors. Let's take care of the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.